Hey y'all, welcome back to the vlog. I'm going to try something a little different with doing two different series. One that's dedicated to kind of the hair space, and then one that's dedicated for nails. So, being that tomorrow is the 31st of March, I am going to start a every week we're doing my natural hair no heat series so that I can try and figure out how to fall back in love with my natural hair because I'm about this close to cutting it off. Um, Again, I'll insert a picture right here of what I looked like with a brush cut. And then this, on the other hand, is how beautiful my hair has been and has always been, but just trying to figure out kind of how to fall back in love with it. So hopefully this will help. So I'm going to do 30 days with no heat. So I'm not going to straighten my hair. I'm not going to blow dry my hair for any reason. If I need to use my diffuser, it's always on low cool, just to help further define the curls so that I don't have to sit like under the dryer or apply any additional like heavy heat to my hair. So that will be the exception, that if the style that I'm doing calls for me to further define my curls without it being able to just air dry on its own, I will use my diffuser, but then that's it. And then on the nail series, there'll be a separate set of series of videos. For the next 30 days, I will be upskilling. And so in that series, I will be able to show firsthand what are my favorite products, favorite styles, and then trying out different designs so that again, it's about to get warm. So I know my clients, they're going to want some funky, intricate kind of designs. And so making sure that I have the proper skill sets in order to execute for that. So that'll be 30 days. I have a practice hand. I do have appointments in between over the next 30 days, but I do have a practice hand that I will do on 5 fingers, a certain set of designs. So if you have some inspiration of like, hey, I want to see if you can do this, send it to me. You can DM me on Instagram or on TikTok. And it's Sydney Renee underscore nail bar on Instagram, and then Sydney Renee blog on TikTok. Or, of course, you can always leave a comment here and tell me that you're looking for a particular design that you would like to see me try over the next 30 days. And so I'm really going to try and remain consistent and just post. And so that's kind of where we are. But anyway, happy Sunday. I did wash my hair, of course, off camera. If you want a detailed video of what products I use to wash my hair, even though I'll tell you today what products I use, but if you want to see me wash my hair and take you through the steps, leave a comment below. But I did go ahead and wash my hair. I used the Aussie Miracle Moist shampoo that has avocado and jojoba oil. So that's this. And then for a deep conditioner, I did use the Mael Basu and Mint Deep Conditioner. And I actually use this first before going in with my shampoo. I find that this actually helps with my detangling on the back end when I do my conditioner. It actually helps that and then adds an extra layer of moisture to my hair where my hair then retains styles much better. And so I've always stuck with doing it this way. I typically won't ever just wash my hair with shampoo and then end instead of with a conditioner with a deep conditioner. I just don't find that that is helpful to me, or to do a conditioner plus a deep conditioner or a deep conditioner and then a conditioner on the back end. I just don't really find that helpful. So I always do my deep conditioner first before I shampoo. And so I use that. And then for my conditioner that I rinsed out, I did again use the Mayo pomegranate and honey conditioner. And so I use this one. What's funny is in my vlog, that'll be just the recap of my weekend. When I was checking out at the beauty supply store, and I'll show you what I picked up, a couple of the girls that were standing at the cashier at the cash register also were like, hey, like you still use Mayo products and things. And this is just my personal take, even with all of the controversy, all of the think tanks that happen and reviews. I personally have not had any issues with using Mayo products even after their merger. And that's just simple. Again, I have used their products consistently. I buy when they have sales, I buy it in the store. I just, that's the product that I have found that works best for my hair. And I haven't noticed any extra damage or extra issues, thinning of my hair. None of those things have happened. And I've consistently used multiple types of their products, not just this. I have also like their rosemary and mint. Like I've used this. Again, I'm not necessarily a cream based girl. I've also used their avocado and tamanu blend. Is their anti-freeze line, frizz line. Like I've used that too. So again, I have been a long time user of Mayo products with no problems. And so yeah, that's just that on that. But anyway, so like I said, I went to the beauty supply store to pick up a couple of things. I picked up the Mayo curl smoothie. When I say I use it, like it ain't nothing else in here. Like this needs to be tossed in the trash. Um, I had to re up on that, so I did pick up some more of this, and that was $17.49 at my beauty supply store. I probably could have ordered it online if I didn't like need it right now to be able to do my hair, but whatever. And then I got their curl defining mousse. This is my holy grail, especially for perm rod sets, wash and goes. This does not leave my hair crunchy. It doesn't flake on me. I love this stuff, and this was $13.49. From my beauty supply store. I also got Design Essentials Natural Hair Care line, the almond and avocado leave-in conditioner. Um, I love their stuff too. So in conjunction with using my L, I've always used Design Essentials, even when I was going to like the shop as like a kid. My hairdresser used Design Essentials. And so of course, longtime brand. And so I let's see. This was oh 18.49 at my beauty supply store. And so I am going to use this today. All three of those products you will see me use today. Let me get that out of the frame. And then I also picked up a new bonnet. It's so cute. Look at the design on there. Isn't that cute? Let's see. So got that, and that was $6.69 at my beauty supply store. And then I did pick up because I needed some more lip oil, which I don't have on right now because I haven't broken the seal on it. But that's the fat oil from NYX, and that was $8.99. Yeah. Oh, and then I also picked up some Barbicide because I was almost out, and that's what I use, of course, to clean my tools for my nail stuff, and that was $4.99 for the bottle that I got. But yeah, and the beauty supply store that I went to is called Super Beauty. It's off of Crane Highway here in Waldorf. And so yeah, so let's jump into getting my hair finished. As usual, we're gonna use our Mr. bottle. I'm also going to use the leave-in. And so again, this is a brand new product. So I'm going to use that to put some moisture, some additional moisture in my hair, and then use the curl smoothie, and then do my mousse. What I have to figure out though is what style am I wearing this week for work. I think I want to do a half up, half down. I think I'm missing. All right, tooth comb. So I gotta go find that in a minute. But this is what my hair looks like freshly washed. This is the condition it's looking like. Um, Again, my hair on this side of my head looks heat damaged, but we're just gonna rock with it and see what 30 days of no heat does if I'm able to revigorate my hair. So just gonna do a quick mist. And water really does my hair some good as I'm trying to work products in. And so I'm going to take about that much of product and start working that in. Oh my God, it smells so good too. I am going to have to section my hair off so that I can do a really good job of detangling it. And then if I feel like a section needs some more leave-in, I will add that. But I'll detangle once I've put the curl smoothie on. So this is what here's looking like. Like I said, I think I'm going to do a half up, half down style for this week's hairdo. It likely will end up in a puff by the end of the week. I just know my hair and I won't like sit and redo it halfway through the week. It will just end up back in a puff, and then we'll be back here again next Sunday so that we can wash it again and do the next style. And more than likely, it'll be the same thing unless I decide to do like a 2-strand twist. But that probably won't be till later in the month, just until I've given my hair a chance to really have a break from any type of heat and really focus on building it back up. So give me a second because I gotta go grab. I somehow left my rat tooth comb in the other bathroom. So I'll be right back. Hold tight. All right, so I'm back. I did go get my rat tooth comb, a wide tooth comb, and then I just went and grabbed my other brush too while I was in there. So I'm gonna section this off into 3 sections. Technically 2 sections in the back, 1 big section in the front. Being that I'm gonna do a half up, half down. So I start off by doing this by hand first before I use my comb, just because I want to see where it naturally would sit without having too much manipulation. And I want enough hair in the back where it looks nice and full. And then I'll clean up this front section here. And then I'll clean up the part. So. And hopefully this mic being on my shirt is not giving too much interference. I did not go back to listen to the audio first to see how it was sounding. So this may turn into a voiceover if it sounds crazy. If it is a voiceover, that means the audio sounded crazy with this mic over here. We'll see. All right, so I like to part right at the front of my ear. And then separate from there. Even though I cannot see the very tip top of my head, I can at least see that it's going in a straight line as best as I can. So, all right. So, being that I'm not going to pull my hair, I'm going to take this clip off and come from this side straight up to meet the other portion of my hair here. And I know it won't be perfect, but I'll get it as close as I can get it. So I'll take these extra clips off and then redo my other clip. I do want to fix this piece right here. Cool. So I think that works. And I always do this front part last when I'm trying to detangle and then define the back first, because then I'm able to kind of clamp it out of the way and then focus on the front with adding my gel and that kind of stuff. So, like I said before, I'm going to add a little bit more water and then I'm going to go in with the curl smoothie. I have enough of the leave-in conditioner on there and then we should be good. And I know that there are like 1,000,005 videos on YouTube that you can follow to do a half up, half down. But I know that there is a niche and a way that someone explains something very different because we're all different people. So, how we convey this message to the audience that's watching, um, I know makes a difference too. And I promise I'm not like wiping my hands on my clothes. I have another towel on my lap. So a towel in front of me, a towel on my lap, and of course that um, towel I had on my head. So now I'm going to separate this into two pieces. And I'm going to clamp this to the side. And now I'm just going to work on this half. And so I'm going to take, once I open it, about this much product. And I know, again, you have to figure out how much product works for your hair. I've been doing my hair long enough to know how much of a product, and specifically with these products, how much of it I need. Um, Before I even start working or like squirting it into my hand, I kind of know how much I'm gonna need, and if I'm gonna need some more, I do usually separate just the middle portion and add a little both ways for your hands. To elongate this. I'm gonna separate this piece even into two. Then I'm gonna detangle. Let me zoom in for you. Don't mind the pimple patch. My face is only have to do what it wants to. And so and I had already previously detangled my hair when I was rinsing the conditioner out of my hair when I was washing it. So it doesn't need but so much. But as you can see how my curls are coming back as they kind of settle themselves. Again, this is with very minimum product on. So this is what it's looking like right now. And the driest section to my hair is this middle piece. It's this section of my hair. It is the driest portion. And so I do have to give it a little extra love when I do any type of style. It doesn't even matter. It could be even when I'm flat ironing my hair, anything. I just have to give the middle section a little bit of extra love. And so now that that section's done, I'm gonna move on to the other side and I'll be back when I finish. All right, so now I'm back. I have detangled both ends of both sides of the back, and now I'm just going to detangle the front. I'm gonna split this in two just so that I can work with just one side. And so since I started on this side the first time, let's do this end. As you can see, my hair on this side is much looser curl pattern than the other. However, my hair has always been like that. Not that my curls won't do right when some product is added, but on its own, I do know that I do have some heat damage, which is why, again, I'm trying my best to try and fall back in love. So as you can see, this whole section needs to be cut. I'm just not willing to cut it today. I just gave myself a trim 2 weeks ago when I did this color, or 3 weeks ago when I did this color. So in another 2 weeks, I'll give myself a trim and that should help. And then we'll go from there. So we're done with this half. And now let's do this half. And again, it's also not like I was only wearing half of my hair blown out. It was both halves, but as you can see, the curl retention on this side just does better. It just has done better over the course of me wearing my hair straight. And so then once I add a curl enhancing product, like a curl smoothie and a mousse, you'll see that come right on. It should revert nicely. So I'm gonna start staging, however, my hair now that it's been detangled. Take my Denman brush here. And again, kind of put this out of the way. A little bit of a top knot. And now that's good to go. And so we're going to start with this back portion. The way that I style my hair usually, I never leave just the back split, because then that's also how my hair will set. I have to do this in complete layers so that it lays okay. So I will run my fingers through here, gather it all together. Have a nice little section. And then claw clip it up. Move this product out of the way. Trying to dry my hands off because this is gonna get slippery. And this is what the product looks like as it comes out. A nice foam. And I do just kind of work the product in with my hands first before I use any additional tool. I'm gonna pat my hands and have a little tiny toothed that I'm just going to help do some ringlets, especially on this side, in that it needs a little help. On this left side of my head. And so I'm just going to repeat this process all the way up. This side does not need as much assistance, but to be fair, I won't use the comb over here. I will just separate a couple with just my finger here. And I'm going to continue to work up in sections like this. And this is not one of those hairstyles that takes forever to do, or at least not in my opinion. Maybe at first if you've never done this kind of style before, but And now for the top. So before I unravel, I'm just going to take, so that I don't accidentally comb any of these portions, with just a metal clip. And I'm going to hold these little sections just in place. All I'm doing is just taking 4 clips. And then this is what it looks like in the back now. Hopefully y'all can see this, but I'm trying to stay in the same frame and just turn my head around. But just so that I don't accidentally brush or comb any of this back portion into this top knot. So, alrighty. So now I'm gonna add just a little bit of water. And before I start to gather this into a ponytail, I am going to add my mousse. Sorry, I have like a hangnail. I do also have to do my nails today too. So I'm going to take a couple of pumps of mousse, gather it around. Kind of work it through my sections here, so that again, I want my curls at the top also to be just as defined and curly. Because this won't be, it'll be a curly top knot, not a straight. I also use the foam to help in gathering and starting to mold my ponytail. I do want my ponytail to kind of sit right kind of off of the top of my head. And so what I'm going to do is take my Denman brush with the product on there and work that in. I have my hair tie here. I'm going to lightly start gathering. This is a medium bristle brush from the beauty supply store or Target, one of the two. And I'm just going to start working my ponytail up and in place. Disclaimer, I'm not a baby hairs girl either. I do just let them be natural. I will slick them down, but that's it. I'm not doing swoops and do. Nope. Partly because I don't know how to. Um, but I'm just not a. I'm just not a baby hairs girl. But anyway, so once it feels nice and smooth to my liking, I'm gonna take my ponytail holder. Going to do this not too tight, literally just 3 times. I'm going to pull it. I look 12, but that's okay. I'm going to take my soft bristle brush. I'm going to hold that up. This will probably be my thumbnail. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to, again, finish this off. I'm going to take my Eco Styler gel, take just a little bit around my edges, and up the ponytail itself. Take the soft bristled brush and then I'm going to take this off, pull this up and off. Ooh, I have to mop my floor anyway, so that's okay. And I'm just redoing the ponytail just so that I could gather whatever hairs. And then for my top part of the ponytail, I'm gonna do is take this, I'm going to split it into two. Gonna take my Denman brush again. I'm gonna take a little bit of mousse. Take my Denman brush again. I'm going to do it into a 2-strand twist. And just let it hang. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Take my Denman brush, detangle a little. Not too much because I don't want to pull my ponytail like tighter or more taut. Take some mousse. Take my Denman brush one more time through. Separate it into two. Put it in a 2-strand twist. And I'm going to leave it. Then I'm going to take those metal clips off so that I don't have like a dent in the hair itself. Kind of lightly fix it. I am going to put a scarf piece around the front piece just to tie it, and then I'm going to let this dry. I'm not going to use a diffuser on this at all either. So I'm just moving these things out of the way. And if you were concerned about my little teeny comb here with the little teeth, that's all that came out. That was it. A couple of stragglers there. The mousse itself, it does have a hold. It does feel a little sticky, but the stickiness goes away. It's just sticky right now while it's wet. And then, of course, like sticky on my fingers. But again, I also used like a generous amount of product. And so that's the other thing to keep in mind if you are trying to figure out how to better style your hair, trying new styles. If you're new to the natural community, you have to figure out how to play with the products you're using. It won't be perfect the first time. The first time I did my half up, half down, I did wear it for like one day and then I rewashed my hair and tried it again because I feel like I didn't use enough product. And then I also don't feel like I used the right products because I think I was using cream based products at the time, and cream based products for me and my hair type don't really mix. My hair doesn't absorb cream based products as well as they do with jelly, a little watery type product. My hair just does better, even being a 4C. I've also been natural since 2016. And so for many, many years, The only type of chemical treatment that I have had to my hair over the years is just dye. I just dye my hair every so often. But that also hasn't done but so much, I would say, damage to my hair. So kind of same thing that you can see here. My hair, it wants to curl up. It needed a little help. If it was time for a trim, I would just cut this little piece off. But as you can see for this end, I think it did pretty well. Make sure you can see me nice and clear. But that's what we're looking like. I'll show the back. This is what we're looking like. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will post what it turns out to be in the morning, which means I just have to get up early. And so I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye. Good morning. The current time is 4:30 a.m. It is bright and early. I am up trying to blog so that I can get you all the results to my hair. Again, this is just this morning. So today is now Monday the 31st, and I will show you what the end product looked like of how my hair turned out. I did sleep with 2 silk scrunchies on my hair, and then I did have just a little edge wrap around along with my bonnet on. And so I'm just going to take my water bottle and then a little bit of the curl enhancing spray by Mael, spray my hair and shake that out and try and wake it up a little bit, and kind of get that going. I didn't like drench my hair. It is just lightly wet so that I could kind of, again, re-wake up my curls. Added a little bit of the curl enhancing spray, or curl refresher spray, I'm sorry, and kind of move that around. I was trying to decide if I was going to take the top knot out and let it just be loose, or if I'll wait and do that later in the week. But I'll decide what I'm going to do later. But I just took a little rubber band, and then I'm just going to tie it around itself and put it in my top knot. Just to try and get it where I felt like it was a little stable and wouldn't fall out throughout the day. Once I'm happy with it, I just kind of leave it alone. I'm going to take my wide tooth comb next and fluff my hair out. And I'm not like combing my hair completely. I am using the wide tooth comb almost as a pick, since I can't find my pick, but I just am separating it out. I'm fluffing it out a little bit, letting it do what it's going to do here. Just to my liking. Again, I know that it will dry out. It'll get bigger as the week goes on. And so I love what my hair looks like, nice and fresh. My curls are super defined. Again, my hair was not crunchy this morning when I took it out. And so I'm just going to finish getting myself together real quick, wash my hands and get it out of the way. And then I'm on my way to work. I hope fantastic week. Have a blessed week. Stay positive, be strong, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.